This stray dog would not stop crying, then she revealed a hiding spot. One of the most heartbreaking situations is when a dog is abandoned by its family on the street or at a shelter. You may think that no truly good person would have the heart to do such an awful thing, but unfortunately it happens more often than not. In fact, according to shelter statistics, over 7.6 million animals are left at shelters every year in the United States. In a neighborhood in Fowler, California, reports began surfacing of a stray dog that appeared pregnant. This piqued the interest of Pinkie Paw's rescue. According to volunteers, the locals said she had been abandoned in the country for months and had tried to catch her to no avail. Not willing to let a pregnant dog suffer on the streets, the rescue organization decided they just had to help her. After several attempts, the organization was finally able to capture the sweet dog and named her Betty Boop. Betty Boop had seen better days. The volunteers were especially considered since it looked like she had recently given birth. The poor dog became extremely agitated and actually escaped the rescuers. However, they were able to capture her once again. Fearful for her puppies and knowing that time was of the essence, one of the volunteers played the sound of crying puppies on her phone. She hoped that the sounds would trigger Betty Boop and get her to lead them to her puppies. After listening to the sounds for a bit, Betty Boop seemed to understand what the rescuers wanted her to do. She began to lead the volunteers away from the neighborhood. Could she be leading them to her puppies? The walk was long, and after 2 miles the volunteer needed to take a break. She thought it might be possible that the dog had misunderstood and was simply taking a stroll, but that was debunked when Betty Boop refused to stop whining. Betty Boop led the volunteer to an old farmhouse far from where they had captured her. Once inside, the dog took the volunteers to a hole in the floor. What could be down there? The sounds of crying puppies tipped the rescue volunteer off, and she called her associates to come to the abandoned farmhouse to help her. From the sounds, it seemed like there were probably more than a couple puppies hiding down the hole. One by one, the rescuers began to pull out the puppies. 1, 2, 3, 4. The puppies just kept on coming. How many could there actually be down there? In total, the rescue volunteers found 10 puppies living underneath the farmhouse. They believed it was sheer luck that they had found them in time. According to the volunteer, she stated it was a miracle they had found the puppies at all. Betty Boop had trusted the woman, knowing she would be able to her little furry family. According to the volunteers at the shelter, Betty Boop had apparently been making the 2-mile-long trek every single day in order to find food for her babies. Her devotion to her little ones was unlike anything the rescue organization had ever seen. Pinkie Paw's rescue decided to take the mama and her 10 puppies back to shelter, so they could be properly taken care of. Of course, Betty Boop definitely approved of this decision. The puppies began to grow quickly and even attempted several escapes from their enclosure. According to the volunteers at the shelter, Betty Boop had a sneaky way of getting out of her kennel to go visit her babies as well. All that's left for Betty Boop and her puppies is to find their forever homes. While they are still waiting to be adopted, we know they will end up loved and cared for sometime soon. It's thanks to the amazing and kind people who volunteer at rescue organizations every single day that makes it possible to rescue these poor lonely pups who have been left abandoned on the streets. Thankfully, all is well that ends well in this case. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this story, then please hit the like button and also click on subscribe button to never miss an update from our channel.